force of the law, you're making the arrest without any questions asked. So I started out on 2 to 10 shift, and I've always worked downtown North Little Rock, south of 40, a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of high, low-income, impoverished areas. A lot of front yards that have dirt instead of grass, a lot of homes that are falling apart. But those neighborhoods I love to work in. Those neighborhoods fit my type of policing. So I gave it a try. So as a rookie officer, I parked my police car and I'm walking down the street. So I'm not new to North Little Rock. People knew me, but I was new to the police department. And it doesn't make any sense to you. People knew Tommy Norman, but as Officer Norman, they didn't really know if they could trust me or not, because once again, people thought they would change who I was. So I'm what we call foot patrol, so I'm walking down the streets, and some people on their front porches would literally go inside their houses. That bothered me. But I was so determined to stay committed to the North Little Rock community. So I would come back the next day. Now, let me get this straight. I was talking to Nick about this. I'm actually a police officer. I have a gun that has bullets in it. I have handcuffs. I'm a patrol officer. I take calls, I take reports. But in the midst of that, during free time, if you see my police car in North Little Rock, it's probably going to be empty. Because I'm not going to be inside of it. I'm going to be sitting on the front porch. I'm going to be having a dinner with the family. I'm going to be in the school. I'm going to be in the nursing home. If you follow me on social media, you know who Lois is. The lady that thinks she's my girlfriend and she's 71 years old. I'm going to be sitting next to Lois. I'm going to go to George's house. That's the man that's 97 years old who has a daughter named Leroy. Maya, who's 6 years old, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's really important if you sit back and think, how did I form those relationships with so many people? Is by taking the time to get out of my police car and make a difference. As a police officer, your badge should have a heartbeat and not an ego. I think it's real important. I believe strongly that a healthy community is one who interacts with their protectors. And so, walking down the street, initially people go inside their house. And I got a little bit discouraged, but I came back the next day and the next day. And then I got smart. I put chips and drinks in my police car. Okay, I bet you come out of the house then, at least the kids did. And so, eventually there's kids walking on each side. And I remember one day, I guess I reached the pinnacle of at least my rookie career. And I had about 8 kids on this side, and 8 kids on this side. So instead of walking down the side streets, I wanted to show off. I wanted to walk like on the edge of Pike Avenue, which is one of the main streets of my patrol area. And cars were stopping, almost a few rear-end accidents, and people were like, what are these kids walking next to this police officer for? And so I tried to take an unconventional approach to being a police officer. But let me back up into my teenage years. I was a huge, huge fan of Michael Jordan. And I still